Hello, and welcome to Pictures of Understanding, sponsored by Nations and Generations. My name's Billy Mack Richard. And if what we talk about makes you laugh or makes you cry, but it touches your heart and makes sense to you, please consider subscribing to our channel, Nations and Generations. When you do, make sure you hit the bell so you can be alerted whenever we bring new information your way. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com, Nations and Generations. And also you can sign up for email alerts at nationsandgenerations.com. Now, I am a thankful man, and I'm always thankful when you share our programs. It helps more than you may realize. Today on Pictures of Understanding, we're going to paint a picture of democracy. And I can promise you this will be eye-opening. At Nations and Generations, we take a worldview that is Bible-based. We know unequivocally that our heritage in the United States of America has a Judeo-Christian ethos. That is to say that the characteristic and spirit of our culture, community, is rooted on biblically godly principles. The fruit of this foundation is on display from our founding throughout our history in our beliefs and aspirations. The writer of Proverbs says in Proverbs 23:7, "For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he." This principle or law is why there is such a battle for control of our thoughts. Whoever controls a nation's thoughts can control that nation. Simply control what is heard, control the understanding of what is heard, and you're in control. The word we want to look at today is democracy. Because we have had our language so diluted by those that wish to subdue our nation, it's best that we get a picture of understanding of democracy by drawing a contrast with another word. That word is republic. Now let's remember that Pictures of Understanding is not by definition alone, but by concept and definition. We have allowed our picture of understanding to be photoshopped. We've lost the value of what we have in the United States of America. If you will pay attention and hear what's being said in the news media or social media, politicians, teachers, and even pastors to a large degree all propagate this fake picture of understanding of our great country as a democracy, when in truth, the unretouched image, the reality we should be seeing and standing firm on is the solid foundation of a republic. There is a vast difference between the two, and remember, the devil is in the details. Now, a simple, straightforward concept of democracy is one person, one vote. That sounds good, and that's what we've been brainwashed to believe. You know, the person or idea or concept that gets the most votes, or people who agree, win. Sounds good. However, let's imagine for a moment there is an idea that's not good. At least you think it's a bad idea, and the majority votes. You know, one person, one vote, and you win. More people think like you, and you win. Congratulations. Now let's flip it. And let's say you lose with no recourse, no law, no judge, no jury, no due process. It was voted on and the balance was against you and you lose. Let's take it a step farther. And let's say your life depended on it. There's the vote and you lose. No recourse, no law, no judge, no jury, no due process. Too bad, so sad. The majority rule, or a better picture of understanding would be mob rule. Back to the riots and anarchy thing again. The republic, which was gifted to us by the framers with a Judeo-Christian ethos, created a system of laws and principles by which we allow ourselves to be governed. We do have a democratic form of the republic whereby we, the people, can change the laws as we agree to change the law. But when it comes to wrongdoing or assuming someone or accusing someone, this standard that we have agreed to in the law of the land is not the vote of the mob. We can learn a lot from history, as we've all witnessed the modern-day 1940s book burning that Hitler implemented in Nazi Germany in the form of pulling down statues or great historical renown, changing our history or the political correct and hijacking our language and culture, redefining what words mean and what is allowed, and then in the middle of chaos that's been created for us by them, tell us what is acceptable. And they determine for us what is being even worthy of discussion. Balderdash, pure nonsense, a fool's folly at best. I've become persuaded when we hear phrases like, "it is dangerous to our democracy," we should begin to hear words in lieu of the word democracy, Marxism, or communism, or socialism. So we should be hearing, "it's dangerous to our Marxist way," or our communist way. "It's dangerous to our socialist way," or even our Nazi way, because all of these words come under the picture of understanding of mob rule that ultimately leads to a few ruling and the rest of us living on the plantations subject to the ruling class, telling us peasants and slaves what to hear, how to hear, and what to think. After all, they know better. Yeah, right. All of these concepts of governance that present themselves as servants to the people are by concept death to this God-given republic we call the United States of America. This great republic being a gift from Providence himself and an inheritance from the generations before us is also the shining light on a hill, the place on earth that the world looks to, and people from all nations, kindreds, and races will suffer persecution and even death to get here. Why? Because this place, this nation, this people, these ideas we call the United States of America. You and me, we understand the force that stands against tyranny by any name or label is liberty. The home of liberty is this land. I'm reminded of the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Benjamin Franklin, one of the framers of the Constitution, was overheard answering a question when asked of him, "What have we, sir?" And his response was, "You have a republic, madam, if you can keep it." It is time that we carefully choose our words. As we take back our language, we are better able to stand and fight and live for the republic in order to leave an inheritance and a legacy to those that would come behind us. Finally, I would say there is only one God, one heaven, and one way to get to Him. I am so glad God is not mad at me and God is not mad at you. If God was out to get you, I promise you would have been gotten a long time ago. The Bible tells us in Acts 4:12, there is salvation in and through no one else. There is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. That way to the one true good God is through Jesus and Jesus alone, irregardless what Oprah or anyone else may say. Please do not allow yourself to be deceived. Thank you for stopping by. I trust this was a blessing to you. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of future videos. Share these with your friends and family so we can all have a better picture of understanding. We want to leave the world a better place than we found it. Until we meet next time, my name is Billy Mack Richard, reminding you that God is good and His mercy endures forever.